everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's Osweiler's Texans going up against Carr's Raiders. With that, we'll get you out to Oakland. So we'll hand it over to our colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. While the skies may be ominous, there's never a bad day for football. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number two, number three, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
The big left foot of Sebastian Janikowski ready to get us started. And off we go from Oakland. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Houston Texans sitting at 6-3 atop the AFC South. Brock Osweiler, though, did not play well in Week 10 despite the win against the Jags. Charles, he was under 100 yards, did have 2 touchdowns, so.
Bottom line, won the game. And I think that's what they'll focus on. And behind the scenes, they're going to work really hard on getting this passing game in sync. But, you know, Will Fuller didn't play. Jalen Strong didn't play. But they won by 3 over Jacksonville. They're 6-3 on the year, and they lead the AFC South. They'll take that and continue to work.
Now Osweiler on first down. He hits the first-year man, Will Fuller. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They go play action here on first down. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Osweiler. He's got time. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
And on 2nd and 10 now. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Khalil Mack's no different than any other player in the league. He's always looking for respect from his peers. I think when you make All-Pro at 2 different positions, you get big respect.
First guy ever to do that, by the way, and 2nd in the league behind J.J. Watt, 23 tackles for loss last year. And they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13. From midfield now, here's Osweiler. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So Derek Carr will lead the Oakland Raiders onto the field. They were open in Week 10, did not have a game, but 7-2. It's interesting. They lost the first game 1-3. Then they lost and they won 3 more. So they're hoping to break that sequence coming up.
Yeah, they want to break the sequence and just keep adding the wins, right?
Yeah.
And think about the win that they had that led them to their open week. At home against Denver, division rival. They now lead the AFC West before they head off to Mexico City for their next game, a Monday nighter against the Houston Texans.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. And Mr. Cooper, Amari, a headliner in this offensive unit.
Brandon, it's rare that you get guys so polished coming out of college, but Amari Cooper has carried himself like a pro probably since he was 6 years old. He is a terrific talent.
See if they stay on the ground for second down. Again, it's Murray. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard on the gain there, and that leaves him with 14 yards still to go on third down. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Vince Wilfork is a terrific player. The first thing you notice, obviously, is his size. But his agility will surprise you. He can play defensive end as well as hold down the middle as a defensive tackle.
Third down now following the run. From the gun, it's Carr. Finding time. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and fourth down coming up.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
On now the fifth-year man, Marquette King, to kick it away. Rush comes and they block it. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Let's chat about the division dominance for the Texans as they come back on the field. They've won 8 straight games against the AFC South after that Week 10 win.
They've really taken over for Indianapolis, haven't they? Because it wasn't that long ago we were conceding this division to Indianapolis each and every year. Now, it's Houston's. 8 straight, as you just mentioned. Longest active streak in the NFL right now. And by the way, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but the Super Bowl is being played in Houston this year.
Throwing now, Osweiler on first down. And he's got him over the middle, Fedorowicz. Give him 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. Second down and 4. Off the play fake. Here's Osweiler. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jihad Ward, the rookie out of Illinois, able to get in and run him down for what'll be a loss of 15 yards. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't haul it in.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Here's Shane Leckler now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Carey on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So a fantastic effort by Murray, a kid born in Orlando, went to high school in New York, but came back to Orlando to go to Central Florida. You're from Orlando, Mr. Davis.
Yes, I am, and actually grew up in New York State as well, so I knew I liked this young man. And the stock and trade for him, speed. Give him some open space, and he can blaze a trail.
They go back to Murray on first down. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
That was 2nd down run for Murray. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
If you draft a guy in the 6th round and he gives you a 1,000-yard season at some point, would you say he's good value?
That's good return on investment. He was the first Raiders guy to rush for 1,000 yards in 2015 since McFadden back in 2010.
Latavius Murray, remember the name.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Here's Wolford over the middle. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Holding offense.
So oftentimes you see defensive holding. Here it's offensive holding for the flag. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Shotgun now for Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. John Simon coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. It's his 3rd year in the league. Not a rookie, not even a sophomore. He's got to know by now when to get rid of the football.
Yeah, so much for the internal clock. I think we put an external clock on that. When we went plus 5 seconds, the ball's got to get away from him. Otherwise, that's the end result.
Here's Marquette King now. And remember, he had his first punt blocked. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They come out here in the eye. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he'll take this one up to about the 13.
Holding offense.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
After the penalty, it's Miller. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up. We noted earlier, Osweiler only threw for 99 yards in Week 10. The ground game got going a little bit, though. Lamar Miller had 83 on 15 carries.
And he seems to be extremely happy to be in Houston because he wanted to be a full-time guy and take on as many carries and catches as he could possibly get. And Bill O'Brien, the head coach, is not averse to having him do that. But he has some help in this game, too. Akeem Hunt with 52 yards on the ground.
They come up in an offset eye. Again, it's Miller. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
They go play action with Osweiler. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down.
Well, they decided to air it out a little bit on that play, take a shot downfield, but the coverage was really nice, able to get a hand in and tip it away.
Here's Shane Leckler now as he's on to punt for Houston. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Now Carey. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Houston defense we watch as they get set to go. They forced the punt the last time, got off the field. I'm sure some of your D coordinators through the years, you liked when you heard those words, get off the field.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Or maybe you didn't like it when you heard those words.
It depended on when they were yelling them. But in this situation, absolutely perfect. Get off the field, force a punt, let the offense take over and do their thing, and it resulted in a field goal.
Now we'll see if they can do that again. From midfield, here's Carr. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's 2nd down. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
On 1st down, Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Carr now to throw. He's got time in the pocket. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Vince Wilfork in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And now Sebastian Janikowski on from the long distance. He's hit from 61 and 63 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Texans set to come onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They begin with a run by Miller. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
When I watch Khalil Mack play, I just see fury, passion, and incredible athleticism. This guy can flat out play.
On second down, Osweiler surveying the field. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller, and it's third down. Incomplete pass on second down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on third. From the gun, it's Osweiler. And this is going to be incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver, and it's fourth down. Here's Shane Leckler now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start, offense. Still first down.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Holding, offense.
So a little grabbing there, but this time it goes against the offense for holding. They come out here in the eye. Following the penalty, it's Murray. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On second down, here's Carr. He's got time. Finds Roberts left side. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. So we played one quarter here on a Monday night. 2-0 is our score. And we're back to Oakland after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Still in search of the first down after that last completion. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Well, he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Brian Cushing coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player. Here's
Marquette King now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken from just outside the 30. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The lone setback. Osweiler, and his throw here's incomplete.
Holding. Defense.
Got a little handsy there. Defensive holding, Charles.
And defenders will get away with as much as you will allow. The 5-yard mark tells the officials where the line should be drawn.
Now a handoff to Miller. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Again with Miller. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Old school defensive tackle play dictators just stood up and danced with the guy in front of you. And if the guy came near, tackle him. New school, you don't want to just dance. You want to get past it, get upfield and make the play in the backfield. A big-time play there.
So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. And he dropped it. Now it was tipped. Altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it. And now 4th down.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. He'll look to set up his blockers. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Derek Carr, he is the focus of our players' spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
So 2nd down, 3 yards to go now. 10th carry of the game now, Murray. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and that'll bring up a 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A 1st down carry now for Miller. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. So the pickup there for Lamar Miller, and he actually shredded his current team last year when he played against them. 175 yards, another 61 in the air, and 2 touchdowns.
I guess that's a classic example of if you can't stop him, go get him, put him on your team. Lamar Miller, a big-time pickup for the Texans.
On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get the connection with a former Buckeye, Braxton Miller. And it's 3rd down. And the offense in that middle ground here on 3rd down, 5 yards to go. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Osweiler. Now they go screen. It's complete. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense, and it worked very well there for a 1st down.
throwing now. Osweiler on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Hey, let's look back on Week 10 for a second. What a slate of games. Seattle, New England, Dallas, Pittsburgh, New Orleans, Denver. What was your game of the week, partner?
Well, my game of the week was Seattle at New England. Seattle coming off of the Monday Nighter, going on the road, getting it done at New England, who hardly ever loses at home. And it was a Super Bowl rematch. I love Dallas, Pittsburgh, a great game. Absolutely incredible finish in New Orleans. But how about Kansas City come from 17 down to beat Carolina?
That was a heck of a game as well. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Here we go now.
On first down, Osweiler. He's got Fuller. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They go play action with Osweiler. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. They come out here in the eye. They'll run with Miller. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards. And that's a guy, Lamar Miller, from Miami, went to the University of Miami, was playing for the Dolphins, but now moved to the Lone Star State.
Yeah, how about that? And sometimes that change of scenery, it may look like it's going to affect him adversely. He's away from his home for the first time ever, but sometimes you get out on your own somewhere else, that can increase your performance. You only focus on your football.
So it'll be first down here after the run. Miller, the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Here we go. Green, 39.
Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Oh, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Now they'll throw it with Osweiler. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
2nd and goal. They still need 8 yards to find the end zone. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Lamar Miller, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Texans will extend their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Nick Novak on now for the extra point. And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They come out here in the eye. Now Carr with a give to Murray. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Second down following the run.
Watch left. Tight. Watch left. Here we go. Wide and yank. Wide and yank. Check 4.
Now Carr going to give it to Murray on the draw play. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Whitney Merciless. Yeah, I think the blitz there really disrupted the draw.
Yeah, and it's usually when you catch them in a blitz, the draw works pretty well. If you're the offensive coordinator right now, that's visor throwing time, isn't it? Because that's supposed to work in a big way.
Here we go. Wide and yank. Set. Wide and yank. 56.
From the gun now on third down, Carr finding time. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this third down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And heading out for another drive, the Raiders defense. They have to recover a little bit. Last time, they couldn't stop the run. They really couldn't stop the pass either.
And it wasn't just physically. It's mentally because the offense appears to be a step ahead of them. No matter what they call, it's working. So they've got to get something figured out. And usually, you need a big play to get things turned around.
They gave up the touchdown on that balance attack last drive. Now this drive. Miller, the lone setback. They're going to give it to him running right. Whoosh. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, It's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw two tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Malcolm Smith from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Isolate Hopkins on the left side. He's going to launch this thing way down, and he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A huge play there for Houston, and even 40 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Carr turns, hands to Murray. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Murray the lone setback. And they'll get it up the middle. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
All right, here we go.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. He's got time in the pocket. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney, in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Surveying the field. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here's Marquette King now. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Heading out as the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. You know, I did want to ask you about the game you called this past weekend, Week 10. You had 15 punts in that contest between the Jets and Rams.
Lachlan Edwards for the Jets. The star of the day was Johnny Hecker for the Rams, averaged over 50 yards a punt, including a 78-yarder. And when you uncork a 78-yard punt, you should dance like their fellow punter, Marquette King of the Oakland Raiders. He dances like no one is watching.
Boy, you made it sound like it was a great game. There's only 1 touchdown, 3 field goals.
Yeah, but 78 yards. Got to give it up for that.
So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Throwing now, Osweiler on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. I want to shift for a second and talk playoff picture. Yes, we've got a few more weeks, but the NFC East and the AFC West, if it ended today, would both have 3 teams in.
And right now, the NFC East essentially has 4 because Dallas is clear of the field. But Washington, New York, and Philadelphia really bunched in there. And then you go to the AFC West. Kansas City owns a tiebreaker over Oakland. And Denver also right there, the defending Super Bowl champs.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Throwing again, Osweiler. He's got time. And he comes back with one complete. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Shane Leckler now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. The Texans defense, we watch them get set to go. They did their job last go-around, forced the punt, hoping for more of that here.
They got off the field. That's exactly what they wanted to accomplish. Get off the field, turn the ball over to their offense, and kick back and enjoy a little bit of water and rest before they have to go back out there again.
Back out there now and hoping to hurry up and get more water and rest. And not great starting field position here for the offense.
3 down. Hey, check. Here we go. 3 down. Wide and yay. Wide.
Here's Murray fighting him off.
Just ran right through the trash.
And they'll hit him for a loss as he's back to his 2-yard line.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Raiders are behind right now, but the home crowd should give them a boost. The Texans have looked good on the road and will just try to keep the ball rolling in the second half. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Pick it up early in the first. They're going to come away with another sack here. This goes for a loss of 14. Now 2nd and 8. Miller's going to take off here, and he'd cap off the 11-play drive with a TD. That takes the lead up to 9. We move late into the second. The catch will be made deep down the field. He ends up picking up a yard before heading out of bounds. A fumble would later end the drive. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They come out here in the eye. Second half starts with a run by Murray. And he'll be taken down right around the 27. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And a neutral zone infraction on the defense.
The defense thought they had the timing count on the quarterback's cadence, but they jumped too soon.
with Murray again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Oh, he did it again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
I got shoot this side. I got shoot this side. We got three. We got three. All right, here we go.
They go play action for Murray. Now Carr. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. One receiver to the left is Cooper.
All right, here we go. Wide and yay.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts, and that brings up fourth down. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. The Raider defense now. Here they are as they get ready to trot back onto the field. And tough starting field position here. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. They come out here in the eye. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he'll have the first down as he's up to about the 18. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
Let's go! Green, 39!
He's had a big workload here tonight. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Play action. Now Osweiler. Finding time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 30. A big hook up there. Osweiler to Hopkins. 57 yards.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 11 on the gain there. And it's good enough for a Houston 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
Here we go. Green 39! Green 39!
They keep it with Miller on 1st down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
But I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Let's go! 3-19!
Now Osweiler on 2nd down. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
Hey. Got three. 3 down.
They come out here in the eye. Osweiler now to throw on 3rd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. C.J. Fedorowicz, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag.
False start, offense.
Now another try at 2 here from the 7 now.
Here we go. 3-19!
Osweiler's going to throw. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. It's a very short kick taken by an up man.
Illegal touching. Offense.
They'll try and get the running game going here with Murray. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Not an ideal spot to be on first down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in second and manageable.
Second down following the run. Murray, the lone setback. He'll get it running right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's got time in the pocket. Great protection. Floating one, incomplete.
Holding. Offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. The penalty really backs up the offense here on first down. Now 20 yards to go. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down.
We ready?
From the gun, it's Carr. And it's incomplete.
Holding. Offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now Carr throwing on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And they're on the board now. It's 15-3. So he missed a field goal earlier, but he says not this time, and he's able to knock it through to give his guys 3.
And that's all you want as a kicker, a chance to redeem yourself. You got to have a short memory if you're going to survive at this level, and he's able to get back on track.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Now it's Miller. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Now a 20th carry of the game for Lamar Miller. And he'll power his way up near the 25. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Carry on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Raiders will take possession. And our attention here turns to Latavius Murray. And in the early going, the running game, as we see the numbers, it just wasn't on point. Well, now it's gotten more true to form.
And sometimes it takes a little while for an offensive line to get in sync, because early in the game, defenses throw different patterns at you, different formations, different sets, and you might not block them quite the way you want to. But as you start to get into a groove and you figure out what they're doing, now it all comes together, and that's what we're seeing right now.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They come out here in the eye. They run again with Murray. He's seen a ton of action tonight. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
A 20th carry coming up now for Murray. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 2 on that run, and they're still left looking at a 3rd and about 9 to go.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on 3rd down and 9. To throw, it's Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
A run. It's Murray. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
And that's how you run the football and run it successfully. Big-time chunk of yardage picked up, but why? Offensive linemen won at the point of attack. Their leverage way better than the defenders. The low man wins when you're getting underneath and trying to move people. That's exactly what happened on that play. The offensive line moved the defensive front, created space, and the end result, a fantastic run.
They go back to Murray on 1st down. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense. Still 2nd down.
So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4.
Here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
Shotgun now for Carr. Here's Wolford over the middle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. In the red zone this time. Now a give. This is Murray. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start, offense.
a second down run for Murray. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on third down.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Throwing his car on third down. And that's complete to Wolford. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. And a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Now this will be the 9th play on this drive.
All right, here we go. Wide and yank.
Now they'll run. Murray. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
A toss to Murray. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Latavius Murray taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Sebastian Janikowski on for the PAT. And he knocks it through. That makes it a 5-point ball game. It's 15-10 now. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This is taken at his 4. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. They go play action here on first down. Trying to lay one up deep. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Miller. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Let's go! 3, 9, 10!
On 3rd down, Osweiler gets it to Strong. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's Shane Leckler now as he's on to punt for Houston. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Now Carey. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now here come the Raiders. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
Carr now on 1st down. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Throwing on 1st down is Carr, surveying the field. And that's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
To the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Connects it to Roberts, right side. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he has the 1st down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
Now on 1st down, looking middle, and it's incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Tight end right, tight end right. All right, here we go.
From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. The 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
What's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. First carry here for Taiwan Jones. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. Shotgun now for Carr. This will be caught at about the 6. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. A little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Clive Walford, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Well, we've seen some lead changes, and it certainly appeared that one of these squads was in full control of the game, but that's not the case after that touchdown.
And they erase a 2 TD deficit here to grab the lead. And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. Carr will look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They'll throw on first down with Osweiler. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now Osweiler on 2nd down. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Let's go! Blue Lightning! Blue Lightning!
From the gun on 3rd down, Osweiler. He's got time. And to the left side, Fedorowicz has it. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. Here's Shane Leckler now, as he's on to punt for Houston. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. So he didn't start this one the way he wanted to, but yeah, so elite, been through so many of these battles. Hard to keep him down for an extended period of time.
And to demonstrate just how unusual this start was for him, our guy Marvin handed us some statistics that showed us he doesn't do this very often. What we're seeing now, though, that's what we're used to seeing. He made an adjustment, and boy, it's working really well.
Back to his old form. Murray, the lone setback. And they'll give it to him here. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They come out here in the eye. Again, it's Murray, and he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
And the offense needs 7 out of this play on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Red 18. Red 18.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the 1st down as he's up to his 17-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there? And that's run the football.
On 1st down, Murray. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So 2nd and 9, the defense looking to put them in a bad spot here. They'll run the counter with Murray. And a pretty little juke move there, but not a ton to show for it afterwards as he's brought down. Andre Hal, the one to bring him down. So following the run, we'll see what they do here on 3rd down.
All right, here we go. Red 18.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Finding time. Here's Wolford over the middle. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be 4th down.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
Here's Marquette King now as he's on to punt for Oakland. Fielded just inside the 20. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And let's shift our attention now to C.J. Fedorowicz. And this is how the game has trended for him numbers-wise. He's really picked it up. And I got to be honest, I don't know schematically. This is where I need you. What does the defense need to do to get back to that start that they had on him?
You've got to harass him early in his route. Right off the line of scrimmage, someone needs to be there. So it's not what we call a free release where he just gets into the route so easily. Because once he builds up momentum and speed, forget it, you're done. Knock him off of that, chip away at his timing, and then make sure you have a second person there in the vicinity as well. Too big and too strong usually for one person to handle.
His throw incomplete. The offense certainly looking to score some points, but they also need ball security here late as we get down to the final moments of this one. 2nd and 10 now. Osweiler and Miller with it over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Around 2 minutes to go, and if the D can hold them, that'll end this one.
We always think about the offense attacking. In this case, I'm looking for the defense to do the same.
Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
They'll try to close it out now. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They begin the drive with a run by Murray. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Murray. And not much there. Now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. So second down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on third.
Hey, we got three. Three down. We ready. Wide and yay. Now
Carr. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. This will be taken at the 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Here we go. 3-19.
Back to throw. Right side caught Fedorowicz. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll be a second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. He's back to throw. And he's got it over the middle. Fedorowicz. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. They'll look to throw. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, second down. Yards still left on second down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He'll look to throw. Surveying the field. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. Third down here. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now.
Hey, we got 4. All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Back to throw. He's got time. And that's caught inside the 35. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early.
False start, offense.
Now it's Osweiler. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Keith Mumphrey that time. That'll bring up second down. Second down now after the incompletion. Here's an Osweiler. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, DJ Hayden. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Black Hole celebrates. The Raiders are winners here as we say so long from Oakland.